Hello, oh, Spencer here with another figure review. Today we have got the DC Collectables Batman Arkham Knight, with an extra enunciation on the T's there for some reason. The Batman Arkham Knight Harley Quinn. Now, I did purchase this from my good old buddy James Stacey, who is the owner and founder of paralleluniverse.co.uk. Check out his website, great guy. I've brought all these recent DC Collectables from him, with the exception of the Red Hood, which I told about in my last video because he was a GameStop exclusive. Although after doing that video I did check eBay and he is now on there, so check out eBay for him if you are interested. You'll probably get him for about the same price that I paid if you're in the UK. But Harley Quinn, yes. He did me a steal of this. I got him and a couple of others, which I will be showing you hopefully in my next video. And we will go over them. So, now the reason I wasn't that too bothered about getting this Harley Quinn is I already had one Harley Quinn, and although I do have the Arkham City Harley Quinn, not the Arkham Asylum one, so I have her red outfit, not her nurse's outfit, I still think it's a cool figure, and I did do a review on it, and I do really like it. But, to be honest, the articulation was killing it for me, so I'm very optimistic about this one. And she comes with a ton of accessories. Look at all this stuff. You got a bat, you got hands, you got gun, you got a jack-in-a-box, and this thing. Not many people know what this is. I think I know, but of course I'm not going to know for sure until we actually play the game, which cannot come out soon enough. Oh, so looking forward to it. So anyway, let's have a quick look at the packaging and crack this bad girl open. As you can see, exact same as the other ones you have on the front cover, Batman Arkham Knight, with some armour of the actual Batman armour there. On the side you see here kind of an open window. It says Harley Quinn, number 4. Down the bottom we have DC Collectables with some warning and advertisements, literally warning advertisement. Scrolling around to this side you have a bit more of the armour, but then it's just an open window. Looking at the top of the box, you have a picture of the Bat logo from the chest of the armour. Scrolling around to the side, you have a wireframe kind of picture from it. Maybe some kind of computer reference, I'm not sure. Meant to be like the Bat computer or whatnot, I have absolutely no idea, but still does look very, very cool. Batman Arkham Knight, Harley Quinn, number 4, DC Collectables. Scrolling around to the back, you can see again that lovely Batman logo with the lovely burntness to it. Like I said in my previous videos, I think I said it on the Batman, as I do love with the Arkham games how each Batman logo has its own look. If you go back and type the logos for each, you'll see each one has their own individual look. And I do think that is very, very cool. See again that wireframe model in the background there, holding the back across shoulder. And you see it says S1, I'm guessing stands for Series 1. And we have Batman, Arkham Knight, Scarecrow and Harley Quinn going 1 to 4. Arkham Knight is the only one I don't have. James has told me that he is out in September, so I will be getting him from James then. Having to wait that long though, it's killing me because he looks like a really cool figure. Continuing anyway, see it says DC Collectables down here, sculpted by Gentle Giants, and again more of that armour going throughout. And then at the bottom of the packaging you can see it just says some general warning barcodes and whatnot that come with things, which I can't seem to keep hold of. Okay, so let's crack this girl open. Now, before I do this, I wanted to ask you guys' opinions. Some of my videos I've actually left the camera recording, I've opened it on camera and I've fasted it up because sometimes I think that can be quite funny to watch me struggle trying to get through a bit of plastic or a cable tie that just doesn't want to come undone. But the other times I've just kind of done it off camera, or I've taken it out beforehand to make sure everything's okay with the figure before I even start the review. Let me know which ones you prefer and I'll stick to that, to be honest, because I don't mind doing it either way, to be honest. The only benefit to doing it out of the packaging means I get to play with it before I put it on it. I mean, I get to have a thorough look at it and make sure there's nothing wrong with it. I don't play with toys, no, of course not. You heard nothing. Okay, so let's crack this one open. You see what I mean about struggling? I'm just trying to get the slide out of the box and it does not want to come. And we are back. Sorry about that. I undid the box and I thought I hit the record button again, but I left it on pause. And I'm so sorry about that inconvenience. So, what do we think of this character? Honestly, who doesn't love Harley Quinn? She's quirky, she's funny, she brings some humour to it. And pretty much every portrayal I've seen of her has always made me giggle. I think my favourite portrayal is definitely from Batman the Animated, where she was just cute as a button and almost like this innocent carnage to her, if that makes sense. Now, while I think Tara Strong did do a great job of playing Harley Quinn, I think she played Harley Quinn in the Attack on Arkham movie, but she did do it in the Batman Arkham City game. Probably going to be doing Batman Arkham Knight as well. But I do still think that in my heart, Arlene Sorkin, who played the original one in the Batman the Animated and also played in Batman Arkham Asylum, just kind of is the voice to Harley in my mind. It's like how Kevin Conroy is the voice of Batman to so many people. Arlene is the voice of Harley Quinn to me. So, moving on past the character, what do we think of this figure? Honestly, this is an amazing figure. DC Collectables has done so many things right with this. I kind of only have one very, very, very minor nitpick which I can fix incredibly easy myself. And that nitpick is that unfortunately her extra hands, they kind of just peg in and out a bit too easy, and I believe over time they're just going to kind of get a bit warped or a bit too loose and they're just going to fall out. But for now they're fine. Now, you may think this is a bit of a weird pose to have a stand in, but in my mind this looks very much identical to the detonator kind of thing which was used in the Arkham City game, which you could use to block out people's weapons and whatnot, and also you could also use it to jam certain things, and also looks very similar to the one that's used in, I think it was Arkham Origins. I'm trying to think now, it's been a while since I played that one, but still, to me it looks like a detonator. And you know, these clown characters don't generally have a gimmick such as a Jack-in-the-Box without it being, well, without having a nasty surprise. So my speculation, this is speculation because obviously I've not played the game, do not know, that this may be a detonator for something like this or something bigger. I could be completely wrong, it could be something altogether completely different, but it's very well done and we'll go over that in detail. Having a quick look at the actual inside of the box though, you can see with lots of wavy lines. For some reason my camera started doing wavy lines again, I don't know why, I thought I sorted that problem out. But there you go, you can see inside the box there we have a picture of the Batmobile, exactly like the other ones, in a red. Okay, so let's have a closer look at this figure and all of her loads of accessories. Because she does come with a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 hands. I thought it was 5 hands. A pistol, a Jack-in-the-Box, a detonator, and a baseball bat. So that's like a ton of accessories. Let's have a quick look at it as well. Okay, so first out of the bat we have the hands. Now you can see she has 2 trigger hands. They're almost identical. Slight finger variations, but very minimal. And for the whole of it, they're well sculpted, got some fingernails there, but no real paint apps in them. If there is, I can't really see any. They just seem to be a flesh colour, which is a shame but good enough. And as you can see, they both have hinges, but I'll go over that in articulation. So we have 2 trigger hands. Then we have a open left hand, which you could potentially use to hold a present, or maybe do a stop pose or something like that, or maybe even hold the bat, I'm not sure, or even just go for like a Catwoman kind of clawy move. Meow. Generally, yeah, really well done, quite nice sculpt, spread open, and the dimensions look pretty good. And then finally we have a closed kind of fist hand almost. Now as you saw, I had holding the detonator in this one, which I believe it might be for. You could probably get the bat in this one as well, let's have a quick try. Yeah, the bat goes in there, but not exactly snug. But to be honest, the bat didn't go snug in the other hand either, so I think the bat can go in any of the hands that are closed. But I'm going to keep this one for my detonator. Speaking of which, having a close-up look at that detonator, you can see there is a lot of little detail going in this thing. It's very, very tiny, and it's got some nice silvers there, with some nice blue on the grip, a bit of dirt on the back there, some gold at the front. And then on this part there's like a little bit of a little hook kind of thing, well, not really. Definitely looks like that's a button maybe for something. I generally do not know. Either way, very, very cool thing, and I'm hoping it will fit in Batman's hand. And then the gun, again, really, really nice. Very solid looking gun. Not one that I recognise a model of, so I think it's just a generic gun. No hole though, which I think is a bit of a shame. I might try and Dremel something in there, we shall see. I don't know if I'm that bothered, to be honest. But all everything else looks really nice. The grip has a nice black finish to it. Bit of grip actually on there. And the gun itself has some nice metallic greys in there, and lots of nice little details in there, like there's the bullet release, and there's like a safety and a little notch there, and that'll be a clip release there. Don't know what that does. And Don't know what that does. That might just be decoration, I don't know. But all in all, nice gun, and it does fit in right hand. Well, let's try left hand. So left. Yeah, there you go. You can have a hold on the gun in either hand. So you can have a hold on the gun and the detonator if you wanted. Then the baseball bat. This thing is really long, much sturdier, and I'm actually going to grab so as you can see, the red one is the baseball bat off the Arkham City Harley Quinn, and this white one is the one that comes off the Arkham Knight one. You can see the white one has a little bit of height on it, but not as much colour. Both have kind of a strap round here and a strap round the top. These ones are thinner, these ones are thicker, and of course this one has just white and red, or cream and red, whereas this one has the white, red and grey. Still, very nice bat. It's got some nice like dirt and almost looks like some wood finishing to it. Does look really, really nice, and as I showed you, it does fit in a hand really well. It's a bit tricky to get in the gun hand. It's kind of the best way to do it. And you just kind of very loose until you get all the way to the top back there. Oh, there's nothing like cold coffee in the morning. And then of course we have the Jack in the Box. This is really cool. Look, if I just try and knock the thing, it does wobble like crazy, like a proper little bubble. Really well done. The head itself is a bit creepy, but very simple, kind of splodgy kind of paint on there with some white dots around the top. Are they silver? They actually look like they're silver dots, and silver bells. Dots continue around the back, silver. Then a real spring here. Real working spring, very cool. The box itself is actually really well decorated and has some nice colours and textures and sculpture. It's very, very pretty. I know it seems like a weird word to use, but it is, you know. It's a very, very well sculpted box. The only thing I think is weird, as far as I was aware, doesn't the lid open before this pops out? I don't know, to be honest, I've not really had many Jack in the Boxes when I was a kid. Is this a working handle? And you have a working crank. How cool is that? Well, I say working, it rotates, it doesn't actually go doo 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 doo. But really, really nice. All four sides are the same with the exception, of course, of this one here has the crank in it, and this one has this little square there, which I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Actually, I'm wrong. All four sides are different, come to think about it. This one has a little square there. This one's just plain. This one has the hinges, and this one has the handle in it. So all four are different. Nothing on the bottom, solid gold. And then the top, you can see there's a little bit extra detail there. Kind of get the head out of the way. Again, really well done and very well sculpted. I could see this being a nice present for some kid. Okay, so taking a closer look at the actual figure, I got to admit the detail on this thing is amazing. Everything is just so well done. Now, I'm going to do a couple of comparisons with the Arkham City one. Because Harley Quinn didn't actually make an appearance in Arkham Origins, which is the newer game. So, if I bring the head sculpt in, for starters, she is like much taller. Didn't even notice that until just now. Much taller. Look at that, that's crazy. But the face sculpt, you can see this one has a lot more refined detail, whereas this one's a bit more of a round sculpt. So definitely think that the new one, the Arkham Knight one, has a lot more better detail, better paint apps, and is just generally all around a lot better face sculpt. Now the hair looks really, really nice and has some great kind of dirty texture going through here, and then of course you've got the red on this side. It does look absolutely amazing. Close round to the side, you see that face paint goes all the way up to the ears there, covering the entire of the actual face. And there is some, I don't know why it's coming on camera, there is some blush on the cheeks. It's quite prominent in the actual eye, but not so much to the camera. Now these are a very firm plastic, they don't really want to move at all, nor do these either. Continuing down to the top of the outfit, you can see here that she's got really kind of, I don't know if it's supposed to be grubby, but kind of like a grey shirt underneath, which then has some like nice like leathery kind of bondagey straps going all around her and a corset here. Very kind of gothic-y kind of look, which is kind of cool at the same time. Now, I'm very impressed with the articulation of these, because they're so big, which I will show you. You do get a lot of range from them, so very impressed with that. And I like how they've kept the, bring the light in a bit more so you can see, that's hot. I like how they've kept the two tone colours, so you see red, black, black, red. It goes all the way down throughout the whole costume. There you go, continuing down a bit more, like I said, the red cuffs and the black one. This one's bigger, that one's smaller. The articulation might be slightly different in them because it looks like this joint has a bit more freeway. And then this here, you've got the nice white kind of frilly skirt with a soft rubber, so it doesn't really hinder any articulation. But it's really nice. Now while I'm close up on the hands, I'll show you what I mean about easy pop out. Really easy, so I'm a bit worried about them. But you know, it's, like I said, it's just a nitpick, to be honest. That's my only real gripe. It's very simple. Put a bit of extra glue around the actual... Put a little blob of glue around this, make it slightly bigger and a bit more stickier, and it should really solve that problem. Continuing down, you can see there you have the legs, which have those cool studs on the actual legs. Very, very nice. Don't know if these are supposed to be leggings or jeggings or tights or God knows what. I don't know. Some form of tight ladies wear, that's what I'm saying. But this one's got like some splatter over the knees. This one, oh, it's actually a bit, there you go, there's a bit of muck on the knee. I don't know if it's supposed to be dirt or water or something. Of course it's not going to show up on a black one, but you can see, I kind of try and keep her decency on top of her thighs there. You can see she also has the diamond effect going up there. Very, very cool. Then of course continue down to those boots, and like I said, continue with that red and black thing. She's got, as you can quite clearly see, a black right and a red left. Very, very cool sculpt on these. They look absolutely amazing. I guess maybe a nitpick is they are a bit kind of flat. You know, real boots wouldn't kind of be flat like that, but you know, that is really nitpicking. Good articulation. Now I don't know if it's something in the actual joint in there, but for some reason this leg, the black one, seems to be a bit longer. You see it kind of seems to veer to the side. I might heat it up, pop off and see if I can put it on a bit stronger or sturdier or closer. We shall see. Having a close-up look at the back of the figure, you can see there's those studs again. They're actually kind of on the back of the boots, which to be honest I actually did not even notice. Now also thing I want to point out is the red boot has a lot of like dirt and paint apps going on at the black. Not so much because obviously it's a solid black, but the red has a lot of paint apps going on with it. Very impressive. Teeing up to the back of the actual legs. Nothing really to show you there on the back then. Of course you've got the back of the skirt, which is the same as the front. And the back of the costume generally looks really nice. It's a nice detail in the actual corset here, and the shirt, like I said, has some great sculpt and paint apps to it. You get a nice bit more extra attention detail here to the actual sleevelings. I actually don't know what these are called. If anyone knows what these are called, let me know, because they're just things like arm covers. I generally don't know. And then you can see at the back of the head there, you can see a lot of paint apps going into the actual hair, and also she's got a red and black hairband there to tie the hair back. Really, really well sculpted. Really loving this figure. Okay, so articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, and it can go back only that far. Maybe with the torso you can kind of get it looking up a little bit, but it can go down quite a lot. Pivot from side to side. The hair kind of gets in the way more than anything, and you can rotate around 360, but you just have to get rid of the past collar. Now that's what I'm saying, the shoulders are really good. They're very big, very puffy, but they are on hinges and they can go out that far, which I think is really respectable for such a large shoulder. And of course you go around 360 degrees. No bicep rotation unfortunately, but she does a very respectable elbow rotation of about that far, and the more you go around, the less you get. Now you saw the hands on hinges, they can go up and down that much before they start forcing out, and then they can rotate around 360 degrees in there. Now this is not a soft plastic, so you are going to have to work with that. She does have an upper diaphragm joint. It can go back, well that's about as far back as she goes. Go forward really far, side to side, and can rotate around 360 degrees. Now I did say this is a soft rubber here, so it doesn't hinder the articulation at all. So she can do a Spartan of that, really taking advantage of her like gymnastics, and a split of just that. Now it looks like this is hindering it, but that's as far as the joints actually want to go. It's not this. See, there's a bit more gap there. Still doesn't want to go any further. Has upper thigh rotation, 360 degrees there. Just kind of works slightly with the mould as it's a bit See, it's kind of pointed up a little bit there. Double bend in the knee. Boot rotation of 360 degrees, and then an ankle point from there to there, and then finally an ankle pivot from there to there. Now they've got the ankle pivot just right on this one. I think I said it on the Arkham Knight one where the pivot wasn't that good, so you didn't get much, but this one's going right to the toe, so you can really get that foot down and get some great articulation from that pivot. So well done, DC Collectables. Articulation wise, you have knocked this one out of the park. Keep up the great work, DC. Okay, size comparison. Harley Quinn stands at about 6 3/4 inches tall to the top of her hair bundles, or hair bands, whatever you want to call them. Standing next to Arkham Knight Batman, next to the Scarecrow, next to the Red Hood, next to her Arkham City counterpart. Like I said, she's definitely a lot taller, which doesn't make sense because then this one's wearing heels and this one's wearing flat boots, so technically that one should be taller. So I think they're maybe taking the scale up a little bit, I'm not too sure, or she just might be a really short figure. And of course I couldn't finish this review without putting her next to the Arkham Asylum, the Joker. Okay guys, final thoughts. Would I recommend this figure? To be honest, yes. This is a really good figure. Very minor gripes, and honestly a great representation of Harley Quinn. Even if you're not a fan of the games and you like Harley Quinn and you want one for your collection, this is the one to get. Amazing articulation, amazing sculpt, great paint apps, ton of accessories. The only downside is she's not in a classic red and blue costume. And as I did say, I do prefer this look generally, but you know, this is the new way they've gone. We shall see. But if you want Harley Quinn, this is the one to get. Just a quick reminder guys, please do check out a paralleluniverse.co.uk for links into pre-ordering most figures you want from DC Collectables and Marvel. James did tell me he's actually got some Marvel Legends he's thinking of putting up there as well. So check him out there, and also if you want to contact him directly, please let me know, as we will be able to sort something out for you. And also, please check out Mephitsu Archives, my partner in reviews. I was going to say partner in crime, but I don't want to like smear his name as bad as mine, so my partner in reviewing. Check out his website for the latest in action figure news, plus some actually handwritten reviews, and also some extra links to my other videos. Anyway guys, that is my review. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please drop me a like down below. Please also hit that subscribe button for future releases and the latest in news and reviews and custom tips and tutorials. If you have any questions you'd like to ask me about this figure or my channel, please drop them in the comment section below. And as for you guys, thanks for watching, keep collecting, and you know routine, I'm going to catch you next one. Bye bye.